And we're live. This is the wood where you get what, Raisin?
Wood, it's so good.
That is true. Because Zoom's supposed to be here. I'm figuring it's going to be late. Right now it's just me and Raisin. She is stuffing her face with an apple fritter.
I finished. I'm washing it down with berry tea.
With what?
It's like a very berry tea by Social Seasonings.
Berry tea. Okay.
Correct.
I thought you said fairy tea. I really did.
Furret tea.
I thought you said fairy tea.
Fairy tea? Yes,
like
fairy
pea. Fairy pea.
Oh, This is the golden piss of fairies, Don.
Yeah. It conquers all. The urine of a little fairy. We need some biscuit and pee in a cup. Anyways. It maybe just us for a little while. We ain't gonna go full 2 hours anyways. Well, I'll never do. We'll probably shorten the show most of the time anyway. Every now and again we may go 2 hours. Most of the time we'll go hour and a half. I got other places to do content in.
You ticking and the talking.
Kicking and the talking, baby. So, everybody's on debt watch.
Oh, Jesus, verdict watch.
Yeah, man. It's
question and emotion filed today. Ooh.
Dude, I was looking at Twitter earlier, and looking at it right now, actually. Yeah, it's so fucking crazy. They finally, every fucking thing on the trending was something to do with a celebrity.
The debt thing is kind of crazy right now because there's there's been nothing for anybody to do or say about it since Friday, really.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? We're just waiting for the jury at this point. There's nothing to talk about until there's a verdict.
Oh, they talking about it, though. I mean, it's everywhere, too. It's on Twitter. It's on YouTube. It's on TikTok, Facebook. I mean, it's all people fucking talking about the goddamn Amber Heard shit. I can't wait till it's over with. I really can't. I mean, I think Johnny Depp should, Johnny Depp's getting his justice, I think, and it's good. Okay. But I'm done with it.
Yeah, I'm happy to see that a lot of the recordings got out there that that he could clear his name. He nobody deserves to have to go through that.
Yeah, but I'm just done with it though. I mean, it's too much. Too much Johnny. I love Johnny.
There's nothing to say right now. There's just literally nothing to say. So how all these people I did notice that this morning. My everything was lit up with live streams. I'm really? Yeah. What are we watching? I like crazy. The lawyers are okay, explain the law of what they're looking at. You want to break down the jury form? Fine, we can take a look at what they're looking at. But
and here and got swallowed up today. But there was another shooting last night that a lot of people don't know about. Mass shooting.
What?
In Chattanooga, Tennessee, a bunch of teenagers got shot. I don't think nobody got killed.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, but I mean,
uncool about people getting shot.
Have you noticed that nobody really talks about the shootings unless people get killed? Because think about it, there's been over 200 something mass shootings. No, sorry, more than that. It's been it's been over 200 something mass shootings this year alone. 20 of them are 20 something of them are school shootings. And the only ones you hear about are the ones people dying.
Well, I mean, to be fair, for a long time you don't even hear about all of them. You know what I mean? It just seems to be when it fits a certain formula. I don't even understand anymore what makes the news and what doesn't. I just don't get it.
And then and I hate to bring this up, but it's true. It's just fucking true. If a white dude does it, that shit's covered wall to wall. They buried that Buffalo shooting, so nobody's talking about that Buffalo shooting now.
Yeah, pretty much you have to be a
Not
white
Buffalo,
man
but the
lone
New York,
gunman.
the subway shooting. What I meant.
If you're a white man and you're a lone gunman and you have more than one victim, you are almost guaranteed to make the news.
Yeah. And look, it should make
True.
the news.
John Las Vegas right. It's red letter news. Kills boost ratings.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. Vegas right on that. Vegas is right on that.
And they want to sell. It's always been the way since like back when it was we need to sell papers and that so we need to be the first one to report on the news and
yeah. That's correct. That is correct. It's crazy too, but it's and the argument and the thing that bothers me though is like, and I used to bitch about this, and like people always bitching about the media, but and I agree that we should bitch about the media because the media is, but here's the thing, a lot of people are just being dishonest because they're saying that the media is doing the opposite of what they're doing. They're saying the media is like protecting the white man, and that's not true. That is not true, people. It used to be that way. Many years ago, it was that way.
well, I mean, it is kind of still white man message approved.
Huh?
Like,
Explain yourself.
Like, if you look at who owns it and who allows what stories.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. No, yeah, I agree with that. But the message isn't white man good, black man bad.
Fair on that.
It's not that, and you can't say that it is anymore because it's not. It's white man bad, white man bad, white man bad. And I understand. Look, I know how we got to this. I am not denying how we got to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But we seem to like repeat our bads, right? Yeah. And it seems like that it's the opposite, but it's still bad no matter what. Yes, I know the history. But if we repeat history, we're not no better.
Yeah,
we're not any better.
So long as we have systems of division, I don't see how it gets better.
And the powers to be want that division.
Absolutely, 100% from day one.
That's the problem.
If you were fighting with each other, we're not fighting with them.
Yeah, and you take the extremists out of the equation, right? For just take the black extremists, the white extremists, and whatever, whoever extremist out of the equation. Most people can get along.
Most people, yeah. I would say even people who have some pretty extreme views can still get along in general. So, I mean, I remember being a kid and there was the whole saying at the dinner table, you don't discuss people's money, people's politics, or people's religion. Because if you stayed away from those hot button topics back then, you could pretty much get along with anybody, even if you had very different opinions on those hot button topics. That doesn't seem the way anymore.
And really, and honestly, I'm not bringing up, but I am bringing up TikTok because that's what I'm doing now on TikTok, right? I don't do that. I don't talk about this shit. I don't do none of this shit because I'm just trying to be the comedian guy, the funny guy. And so I have figured out that recipe to entertain every division. I mean, not division, sorry. Every, type of person. Conservative, liberal, black, white. I'm not saying I'm trying to bring the world together, but you know what I mean.
But a lot of comedians, that is kind of the truth of it, though, aren't you? Like you're trying to bring the world together little bits at a time by laughter, all walks of life, ages, creeds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. See, I love it right now that when I go to one of my videos on TikTok and look at the comments, and even though I don't agree with the Confederate, but I'll see comments from people with the Confederate flag on their icons, and then also see comments from people with Black Lives Matter, and they're saying the same thing. LOL, I love this video. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're all saying the same thing. I'm like, see, we're not that different. We can find.
We laugh the same. We love the same. We cry the same.
Exactly. We can find something into common ground and bring it. We're not always going to get along. It's a pipe dream, right? We're not always going to get along. There's always well, we're always gonna have differences, and we're always we are different types of people, and that's okay.
Yeah, live and let live. Why I don't
Yeah.
understand why people stop understanding that.
I,
Like,
s- I swear to God, I started to do what I do on TikTok. You ain't smoking, can't. I started to do this. When I spoke on TikTok, I was,
sneaky squirrel smoker.
but everybody does that on TikTok. But it's just like it's. I'm just done with that shit, man. I'm just saying, why do we? I really would love to see people be,
Yeah.
just
Well, it's
be.
a business now. I mean, if you look at the models, even with social media, it's that outrage culture. Like
Yeah,
everybody wants to find a thing, and instead of having common ground, it's just mutual things to bitch about. And I'm
and
so
yeah,
tired of the same
and I
conversation.
get yeah, and I get so. And here's the thing that really just makes me. And I don't mean to sound like a dick here. I really don't. But when like a 19-year-old old white girl who has never experienced life, real life, you know what I mean, trying to tell me how to be, I'm like, let's live a little first.
Yeah, I mean, every age can have its wisdom for sure.
Yeah,
Like
and
I
have
learned
an
from all of it.
opinion.
But when they're mouthy, like I just kind of try to remember, like, yeah, we were all that age once where we all knew that I knew everything and I was invincible. I wasn't gonna die from doing
But
stupid
you
shit.
don't know shit at that age. And I thought
No,
I
because
did
of course
too.
you can die. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
thought I knew everything too, but I realize now I didn't know a fucking thing.
well, it takes a long time to realize how
Man,
little we actually knew.
if you haven't experienced all that pain of life and all the joy of life, you don't know
Right? That
shit.
was like that got crazy. Like, when did that become like? It's so, and that's so weird too, because now when we actually have like
Oh,
real
I
women
agree,
to
AJ.
learn about, everybody wants to wave their flag.
Yeah, everybody wants to wait, and everybody wants to be divided. Everybody wants to. You have to take this track or this track. You can't be in the middle. Let me tell you something, folks. There is a lot of gray in this fucking world.
Well, I think people are skipping the stage of life where they're dealing with personal development, like really internally, personally developing. And what they're
Yeah,
doing instead of finding their own moral ground to stand on and building their houses on bedrock, they're
and I'm gonna let you on a little secret, not you.
just like gluing labels to themselves, and it's almost like they have like they're a Velcro board, and they just stick labels to themselves and change out whatever the new trendy label comes along.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let you on a little secret. I know you know because you've been there. Most of us don't realize shit, like really get a hold of it up until our mid-30s.
Yeah, that's when you kind of the fucks start really dropping away.
Yeah, the shit starts making sense.
You're like, oh, that's not just a thing to say. That's not a pretty thing that goes in a Hallmark card. Like that actually has some depth to it that I never understood before.
I truly did not start growing up until, but now to my like I was like 33 before or 34 before I really started seeing things differently.
So I
And
feel like I always have to some extent. It just deepens. Probably, I would say every decade I have like an epiphany where things feel a little bit like, oh, like
we're having a really good
childhood.
conversation, Carl. I would love to hear your opinion because you're a younger man. Um, but I forgot everything we said because I'm old. But now we're talking about like how a lot of younger folks will sit up here and tell older people who's lived like they think they know everything, and all of us are that way at some point. But like I basically just said, you really don't grab a hold of to most of it until your late 30s. I didn't. I really didn't start realizing things. But now I'm also I'm a different cat too. Like I never opened up until 37 years old. Seriously, I never talked to really talked to anybody about my molestation and stuff like that until I was 37 years old. I'm
So I
only
was a really
44
open
now.
teenager and I clammed up as an adult. Like I feel like I recede more and more. Like it's really bizarre. Like the last decade and a half how much I have receded out of. Like, I'm not into, like, I don't need to go to the fucking bar every Friday. I don't need to
And the
have people over
people and the people you surround yourself with matters.
Very true.
It matters, dude. The people I used to surround myself with was very, it was not good. But then when I started talking to people that were open and listening and willing to listen, then it helps.
Things really start to change when you have that backboard to sound off of.
Yeah, it really does. And luckily, I was not always completely empty of that because I did have a mother who cared.
Yeah,
And
you really do have a solid mom.
And she always, look here, people say, mom's buddy and stuff. They do that for a reason, folks. They do it for a reason. My mom butted in my life some because she knew where I was going.
Well, yeah, it's trying to guide because you can't really force, like, your kids are their own human beings, but you do want the best for them and you do want them to have all the opportunities.
Yeah, and being a parent, look, I'm not a parent, right? I know I'm not a parent, but I have a parent and I've got common sense. Being a good parent is much more than just loving your kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can love your kid, but be a bad, horrible fucking parent. I know somebody that is a horrible fucking parent. She loves her kids very much.
Yeah, they're just, some people are very disrupted human beings, and it's if you can't be good for yourself, it's difficult to be there and be present for other people. It's part of why I waited until I was in my, till I was almost 30, and then I was like, you know what, I think I will have kids, but I live my life. Like, that was part of, like, I was always a curious kid, and I had a messed up childhood, so I had a lot of therapy as a teenager, and then I kept a large group of friends for a while, and I had a smaller group of friends that I did a lot of experimenting with, man. Like, it's hard not to be open when you do psychedelics and ecstasy and stuff like that with people, and I did a lot of that in my 20s.
Real quick, Negan, here's Negan, tip $3.50 and said, hope this tree fitty gets the ball rolling. So there you go. People follow Negan's lead. It will help, I promise you. So, Mr. Crow, let's get your voice out there. You've been here 5-10 minutes and shit. How's your penis?
How's my penis? It's good, I guess.
God damn, it took you that long to think about it.
I don't know. I mean, like,
is that motherfucker changing colors or something?
No, it's still attached.
Is it pink and purple like your face?
It's well, raising your hair, so it might be. It might be getting.
Oh my god!
I thought you friend zoned me, Crow.
I just said that on live stream for the kicks.
I want to give big props to Negan. Negan is a good person, y'all. Negan's a really good person. I ain't gonna get into why Negan's a good person, but Negan's a good person. So big shout out to Negan.
Very cool. Much love, Negan.
Much love. I'm almost at 140,000 followers on TikTok, Crow.
When are you gonna hit 1 million?
I hope we were talking about, me and Ray was talking about that before the show. I have a goal, and it's a big. My goal is to hit 1 million followers before the year's up.
You should get at least halfway there.
I think I'll get at least halfway. I think I will. Honestly, I think I'm going to get there.
Well, that's the way to go.
I think I'm going to reach the fucking goal. And your boy is getting popular, and I've had some cool stuff happen lately. Like, people are coming, like, doing the battling thing and all that. Like, what it is, you basically go live with people, right? And like, people will pop up, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you're the reaction guy." And that's really cool to see that people's actually noticing that shit and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
It's the beard.
The beard is very popular on TikTok. I mean, it is extremely popular. And also, I created a second account called King Beard.
Oh, what beard?
King Beard.
King Beard.
King Beard. Yeah.
King Beard.
King Beard.
Is that your name?
Do my baby?
Is that what they're calling you on TikTok?
Actually, a lot of them call me Captain Floofy, Mr. Floofy, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. My most popular video is about it's me saying don't defloof the fluffy. It's about taking the hair off of
Oh, that's right.
and they're saying shit like floof gang and stuff like that. So guess what? T-shirts are coming soon. Floof gang.
I'll get one.
Hell yeah. And if you think about it, fluffy, floofy, it kind of goes with the beard.
Fluffy and floofy.
Yeah, so it's and I do a lot of videos we talk about the floofies and stuff like that. And so yeah. Going wrong with it. You gotta run with it.
Maybe one of these days do a like a Belle Delphine kind of thing and shave your beard and sell like little parts.
Just wash it.
They do say that, by the way.
Beard water.
Vega is correct. They do say that. Everybody says it's the best beard on TikTok. There was this guy that came out with a video calling himself the god of beards. And he's like, name me one beard on TikTok that's better. There was like 100 people. Pimp up.
Good night, Negan. Check out.
Good night, Negan. Drop 75 on the way out. Shut up. You're not supposed to say that, bro.
I didn't say anything.
You did. You son of a bastard.
God damn it. Not again. That's my Tourette's.
Damn it. Okay, anybody here? Any of you two have you watched the new season of Stranger Things?
No.
A what?
Stranger Things.
No, I haven't seen it.
It came out. I kind of wish Vega or Dirt was on tonight to talk about this. Because I know both of them are like me with this kind of shit. Because I personally am disappointed. Okay. I don't think it's that good. I'm kind of disappointed in it. I was expecting. Now this is a 2-part thing. They got another part coming in a few weeks. Maybe the second part's better. I don't know. But it's kind of all over the fucking place. Like really, it's so fuck. It's just so. It seems cluttered.
I didn't really understand how they were going to stretch that premise anyway. I don't know. I watched the first season and I really liked it.
The first season was amazing.
I did the same thing with 24. I really enjoyed the first season of 24 and never bothered with the series after that because I said even during the first season, I'm like,
you know what's crazy about 24? I never watched it till like a few years after it ended, and then I fell in love with it.
I see, and I loved. They had a marathon where they ran it for a full 24 hours, like with the hour. Like, so if you looked at the times on the screen, it would actually tell you what time it was during the day. That was a fucking crazy day. I stayed up for 24 hours to watch that show straight through.
So I got a question for you. What, okay, like in any series, what like a death of a character in a series that just absolutely shocked you and blew you away that they killed them off?
That they killed them off?
Yeah.
I would say the most, I don't know if it answers that question, but the most, like, the time I most significantly remember my jaw dropping open was during The Walking Dead. And it was weird. It wasn't even a main character death. It was I don't know if how much y'all are into that, but there's a season where they're in the jail and the Carol starts getting real close to the dude Axel. Yeah. And when the other gang rolls up on him, that's their first warning is he gets popped, right?
Yeah. Well, and now the death of the
lost the love, and it was just like so. That was so shocked. Like I didn't expect it. That actually caught me off guard.
Now the Walking Dead death that got me was his wife, the mom, and how they had the kid. The kid had
son. Yeah.
That fucking got me. But I get my biggest death that pissed me off was Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh god damn, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Anybody who's a fan of Sons of Anarchy knows what I'm talking about. Anybody who's a fan of Sons of Anarchy knows the
I fucking loved Opie.
I know when Opie died, everybody was like, what the fuck?
See, I need to be with you guys.
Yeah, dude. Everybody was like, "What the fuck?" They can't. But here's the thing: I know why they took Opie off. So, the guy who plays Opie he asked to be off the show because he hurt his back.
Damn.
Well, still, come on.
Yeah, I
That
know.
character was awesome.
It was an awesome character. Opie was an amazing character. And it seemed, but now,
later, but same thing with Game
but
of
the
Thrones.
way
Sean Bean was such a good actor. So when they killed him off on the first season of Game of Thrones, I was like, no, rewrite the books because that was a damn good character, and you had such a good actor for it. I wanted them to somehow rewrite the books to keep him in because I just, ugh.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a shot, one like, oh, yeah,
like you knew it was coming, but you were still kind of hoping. You're like,
hoping something was going to happen to save him. Yeah. Well, but see, that's the kind of thing with Opie though. With Opie's death, right? I hate this. Okay, I'm going to give a spoiler here. Of how what it was. They were they put him in prison, right? And the guards were hired by a certain gang member. Guy who runs this gang, not a prison gang, but he ran a big gang. They hired him to kill one of them. And so what it is, they said, one of you's got to die. And so they said, let's just draw straws, basically. And Jax was like, no, let me do it. I'm the leader. But anyway, they go draw straws, whatever. And I think Jax did draw the short straw. And then right before he walked into the thing to get beat to death, Opie grabbed him and said, I got this. And walked in. And it was a hell of a fight, too, by the way. It was a hell of a scene. But, and like I said, I was angry that they killed Opie. But the transformation, however, that's the right word. The transformation of Jax after Opie died was very interesting. It was well written.
Yeah, that was another one from The Walking Dead with the upfront Negan kills. Mm-hmm. The ones where he finally catches them, like that changes characters. Like they use that to shift the arc of characters.
So and that was a brutal fucking scene too.
It was.
Oh, fucking brutal.
They did not make that quick.
No, dude, they did a.
There's been a lot of brutal death in that series. Herschel was a brutal death too.
Herschel was a brutal
Shane
death.
Was still kind of like, I mean, they got you attached enough to the character that like I was upset.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think I stopped watching.
By the time we got to Lori dying, like I was kind of, as much as it sucked that they made the boy go there, I still wanted that bitch to die. I'm like, you got Shane killed. I like Shane. If you weren't around, we could have had a buddy cop series.
Yes, Opie was in a lot of good movies. Opie was in what's the name of that movie that Denzel was in? He played that football coach. Shit. It was a real good movie. The guy who played Opie. It's fun fact. Well, Opie's dad was on Dukes of Hazzard, one of the cops. But yeah, I'm sorry, Wilson. Who is Wilson?
It's the ball from.
I know it's the volleyball there, but I've never seen this person before.
You've never seen Wilson before?
Yeah, Remember the Titans. That's the movie.
Remember the Titans.
I'm sorry, Wilson is around the shit show a lot.
Well, I don't know who the fuck it is.
Well, get to know who it is. Hello, I'm
sorry, Wilson. How you doing? I would like for you to tip me $50.
Ryan Hurst is the actor that plays Opie.
Yeah,
he's a pretty good-looking dude.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. I like him. He's in he's actually also
oh shit, he's Beta in The Walking Dead.
Yeah. He is. He sure is. He's been in a lot of shit. He was actually in Bosch too recently. Bosch is a good fucking show. If you've never watched Bosch, watch Bosch. It's a good fucking show.
Never even heard of it.
It's an Amazon Prime original.
Okay, I have that. I can definitely check it out.
They did like 6 or 7 seasons, and they ended it, but then they started a new, like a spinoff called Bosch Legacy on IMDb TV. However, they changed the name of IMDb TV. It's now Free V. It's free to watch. It's free, and they got a lot of good shows on there too. By the way,
Shit.
it's got a couple of ads. So fucking what? I don't care. Yeah, it's good. But yeah, it's good. It's a great show. I love it. Amazon Prime has came out with several really good shows. I like The Wheel of Time. A lot of people may not like it, but I like that. I thought it was a good show.
I never watched it. I didn't read the books though, so.
And then other, The Expanse is a fucking great show.
That's what I'm watching now. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. The second season is kind of, but
the third season comes back good.
All right, cool. Yeah, because there are some inconsistencies where I'm like, oh, if I was being like a nitpicker.
Yeah, the third season. Trust me, the third season's hard. The third season's hard.
Right on. Yeah, a lot of people rant and rave about. I forgot which one it was, but I did have the one who recommended to me hardcore because we were going back and forth about shows and had the same opinions on a lot of things. So we share a lot of similar tastes. There was one season he warned me about wasn't the best, but did say push through it. So it might have been the second season. The
second season isn't the greatest, but I don't think it's a bad season.
It's not bad. There were some really even in episodes that I was like, there were some really, really great scenes. Like
it's a well-written show, though. It really is. It's probably the best written.
The call between her and her husband when she's deciding to stay on Earth.
Yeah,
that shit had me. I leaked a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's a really good show.
He's a really good actor too. The one they have playing her husband.
Yeah,
they're a great pair together, and her and the ginger bounce off each other really well too. I forget that woman's name. She's amazing in everything she does too. A lot of strong women characters in that show.
Oh, a lot of strong.
Super in your face about it. Like it is.
You don't get that to try to push a message.
Yeah, and I like that. I like having
just make them strong. Just make them strong characters. Yeah.
Yeah, make me finish an episode and be like, I want to be badass like that, but not thinking like, oh God, what a fucking trope that you're shoving down.
It had to be a message. Yeah, nothing else. Yeah, I agree. Which most shows these days was that way.
Yep, and this is well done from what I'm seeing.
It is well done. It is
really well done.
Well written. Well, also the cinematography in that fucking show is great.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. The soundtrack is tight. The cinematography is tight. The actors are top notch. The characters are well done. The script is mostly well written. There were some hiccups in the second season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that happens with most shows where there's a season that ain't so good.
Yeah.
The only show I've ever watched where I would say there was nothing bad about it.
It was the episode where he's dragging the bomb back through into the core to find.
Yeah, I know it's. Yeah, I know this.
That episode was that you could have covered that in 10 minutes. That and the episode right before that, every time the finger was taken off, it starts going beep 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 right away, and then the whole next episode, he's dragging it for like 10-15 minutes without having to touch it. I'm like, okay, we're really. So, and then there was the whole thing where his oxygen bleeds out, but then they just don't touch that again. They just don't mention that he had less than 15 minutes left of oxygen in the next episode when he's just running around for hours.
Yeah.
Sci-fi.
But there's
a little more tightly written than that,
but the third season comes back really good. I'm just saying.
There are a lot of seasons, so I imagine it got better.
Yes. There's some.
And it was only a couple episodes in the second season.
The tough guy. I can't remember the character's name. I'm sorry. It was the tough guy.
I'm bad with names. The dude with the punk hairdo. Oh no, you're talking about the Wolverine kind of guy. The dude.
The real quiet type of tough guy. His character really develops well, starting in the third season.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them seem like they were going to have a good development on them.
His character develops well. His character becomes way more important, and from there on.
Well, I assume the whole core crew is probably going to be there for a long haul.
Yeah.
Was it Amos? Amos Burton.
Amos, yes. There's I ain't gonna tell, of course. Anyways, I ain't gonna go what I'm about to say. Fuck that. Can I put my penis in your head, Drunken?
In my head?
On your head, you stupid
On-
son of a-
On it?
I want to
Yeah.
mushroom stamp you, baby.
I mean, there's enough room. I mean, just
You
find
got
a
a
spot.
receding hairline, bro.
I know, and that's why I shave. I am like telling my whole body, like, I
You have
can grow
entered my
back.
world.
My hair grows back thick, so like, even though I have a receding hairline, it grows back thick, and I just like shave it off. Just be like, fuck you, I can grow it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a hairline.
I have a hairline on my pubic.
It's like not an uncommon hairline for dudes. Just
I also have a cookie.
you've had. Is that the same cookie you've had the whole time, or are you eating a bunch of cookies?
It's the same cookie. It's from my
Goddamn.
grandma.
You've been eating that cookie for 37 minutes.
Motherfucker's a never-ending cookie.
You nibble it, put down for a second, it grows back. Nibble it.
It feels like it's like when it feels like when I eat pancakes, man. It feels like the pancakes just get more and more as I start eating more and more.
It does feel like that.
Yeah, pancakes never end.
There's a lot of pancakes. They always look like it's not much, but it's like spaghetti. Like a bowl of spaghetti when you go out to eat and you think you're doing real good, and then when you ask for a box and it looks like you haven't touched it.
Yeah. So did y'all do anything for Memorial Day? I forgot to ask y'all last night.
I planted seeds and I worked on the garden.
We had a surprise thing. Me and Mom didn't expect to do nothing, and my uncle brother calls like, "Hey, you want to cook some burgers?" I'm like, yeah, we'll cook some burgers. And then he came over and we cooked burgers.
We had folks over on Sunday and had burgers and dogs and
I still don't understand. Well, I did talk about Memorial Day. I remember now that I was bitching about it because I still don't understand how it became the second 4th of July. I just don't.
Veterans Day too. They're long.
I think they're just starting to look for reasons to shoot fucking fireworks.
Oh, I know they are up here because they didn't used to be legal up here, and now you can shoot off the professional ones in Pennsylvania, and you don't have to have a license. You used to have to go down south to do shit like that. Now that everybody's like, you have a birthday, people are shooting off fucking fireworks.
No. By the way, folks. Got a $45 goal. If you can help me make that, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get as much as I can, but $45.
$45,000.
I'm talking to you, John Vega.
Oh, because you love him.
Well, he's Latin. He's of Latino descent. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't. But
Do you not see his fucking name?
I never really thought about it.
My God.
I don't make assumptions.
He's Puerto Mexican Cuban.
Well, I mean,
I don't know which of the Latin descent he's from, so I just picked one. I just picked all three that I could think of. Puerto Mexican Cuban.
sure.
I think El Sueño means the dream or the sound or something like that.
Which is two different things.
I don't know. I ended up I actually looked it up one night because I was like, oh yeah, that's JLV. Oh, he's going by El Sueño.
Look who decides to show the fuck up.
Hey. Yeah, sorry, so long. I spaced. So what?
How you been?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, baby. Let's make it out. That was awesome. Why did you tell me to say that, Raisin?
What?
That's it. We just been shooting the shit, basically. We started out talking about depressing shit.
Yeah, we did. Well,
The shooting and stuff.
No, we was just actually we was talking about all kinds of shit.
getting old and wise.
Yeah, we was talking about we kind of touched how people the media is fucked up, but people also lie about it. Like they say it's doing one thing when it's actually doing another thing that's bad, in my opinion. Like everybody says, the media makes the media. Oh, I hate to say this. People gonna say I'm racist. The media used to fuck with the black person, but we all know that the media fucks with the white guy now. If you can't see that, you crazy.
That's it's happening.
It's happening. And look at when they cover shootings, right? They're shooting on the subway. As soon as they found out it was a black guy, they shut the fuck up about that one.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It is because the powers to be wants us to be so divided. They do. They want us to be divided because if we're fighting at each other, we're not paying attention to what those fuckers are doing.
Yeah. Well, it's the same with someone's gone missing. Oh, it's a white girl. Okay, we're gonna focus all of our attention on that. Oh, there's a black girl going missing.
Meanwhile, like half a community of Native American girls are gone, and they're just
exactly.
Yeah,
that happened. Well, but see, here's a big problem in America. The American problem is that we have in our fucking heads for some reason. It's all about black people, white people, black people. You know, there's other types of people here.
Yep.
I mean, it isn't just black and white folks.
True.
And you look at any kind of news thing or fucking conversations on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. It's all about black and white. There's other, cultures in this country that are getting fucked over too.
Yeah.
The native culture gets fucked over a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. If any community in America, I would venture to say, had as many rapes in them as reservations do, that shit would have been stopped decades ago. We pick and choose what we care about, and it's wrong.
And that's not just happening here in America. That's all about the natives. That's happening in Canada a lot too.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. My state is by if you're going by reservation land, my state has the most reservation land by state. Like, I mean, we're a small state, but there's
nobody lives there.
Yeah, nobody fucking lives there. But I mean, most of it is res land, and in Rosebud, there is a lot of crime. I mean, I think like 10 years ago, if not that, like a pack of dogs attacked someone because like that's what people do. People go to the res and drop off their dogs, and they become a part of this like wild pack.
Yeah.
And they just start attacking fucking people. If not that, it's, I mean, fucking human trafficking. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Rape, murder, shit like that on the res. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Your highest instances of that, like your top 5 states: Alaska, Arkansas, South Dakota, Michigan, and Nevada. What else do they have in common? There's a high native population there. It's a damn sin, and we've been doing it since the beginning of our country. And most countries have indigenous populations that are mistreated, and that's why one person feels that they need to take and dominate to come into their own. I will never understand.
I don't know. I just say, and I don't know. It's a fucked up world, and I blame it all on Kazoon.
Oh yeah. Okay, of course.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You think people just need to hug more?
I think people need to fuck more.
I don't know about that.
I think we all need to just say, well, if everybody fucked, it'd wipe out STDs.
Raisin, let's try that out.
Pass?
Oh, come on.
Well, that's what they said about COVID. If everybody gets sick, it wiped out. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Raisin, I'm stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Sometimes things you say can be mistaken and stupid.
Yeah.
Thoughtless and stupid are different.
I'm stupid like a fox.
That's. When are we doing another hangout?
Huh?
What?
Another hangout.
That was fucking random.
I don't know. We haven't. But I want to do stuff again.
She's talking about a bunch of us getting together like we did a couple years ago.
Love was talking about coming over. I don't know, talking about making arrangements like that. We were supposed to be talking about making a trip to the Outer Banks.
Yeah, we are. I'm still planning on doing that.
Are we trying to continue to plan it for this year, or are we doing that next year? Because there's only so many warm months left. That's more of a beach sort of thing.
It's probably going to be next year.
Oh, we should work on it.
Yeah, because it's just too much. I'm just now trying to figure out the path to getting back on my feet after being fucked over by some people.
Yeah, and the reasonable rent places are probably going to be taken up for the season now.
Yeah. True that, home chicken. True that. So, like I said, we're doing an hour and a half tonight, so we got about so many minutes. It's, I don't know, I can't add.
42.
42 minutes. And we got, and Drunken Crow's got something he wants to say.
Yeah, I really love my grandma's cookies. That's what I'm eating on right now.
Still?
I did the last bite, yeah.
You did the last bite.
You're so punky. Anyways. Damn, I'm lost right now. I'm sorry, my mind just went into a space.
You heard cookies and then you're just
I'm a fat dude. You say cookies, I'm getting all excited.
Do your Cookie Monster voice.
Yeah. Which three? Why is Back to the Future trending? Don't tell me they're gonna fuck this up and redo it or something.
Oh, let's hope not.
I hope not. I don't think it's what it is. I think it's about DeLoreans. Yeah, they're not remaking it. I hope not anyway. Back to the Future. I hope they don't remake that.
They can't and they shouldn't.
Oh, they can.
No.
With an all-black lesbian cast, right?
Yeah. And they were using Will Smith. I think he got cut from that. They're remaking Planes, Trains, and Automobile, and they were going to use Will Smith and Kevin Hart.
I mean that might work, but that's not a movie I expected them to redo.
It's one of my favorite movies, actually. I really love that movie. I'm a Steve Martin mark. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but I'm a big Steve Martin fan. And my favorite comic movie of all time is The Jerk. To this day.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
His films are pretty funny.
Stay away from the cans. That scene is so fucking great, dude. He's after the cans. And I guess my second favorite comedy, well, I think one of the greatest comedies, of course, is Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? I couldn't hear.
Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Blazing Saddles. Yes.
It's a great. I mean, if you don't like the N-word, maybe watch out. But it's a lot in there. But Blazing Saddles was great. Airplane was great.
Yeah. Airplane. Out of those genre of movies, Airplane is probably my favorite.
Really? Can I be frank? Oh, can I be sure? It's good. I think thinking about the 80s, I think the quintessential 80s movie to me is Porky's.
Yeah, it's been way too long since I've seen that. I don't think I've watched that since I was in my early 20s. So
yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but it's I used to love that movie. I used to love it. Well, my favorite 80s movie, I guess as a kid, dude, it's always going to be Karate Kid. I'm sorry, but Karate Kid's my shit. Not that fucking Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan bullshit.
The Goonies.
The Goonies
Oh,
is fucking
yes.
great, dude.
Lost
The
Boys.
Goonies. Lost Boys, yeah, but yeah, Lost Boys is really.
Come on, I'm gonna have to be a chick back then, and License to Drive was a big part of my life. For
License to Drive, yeah.
The Coreys,
The
man.
Coreys, man. They were in everything back then.
Hells yeah, Silver Bullet too. That had a Corey in it. That was a damn good movie. I like that book too.
There was a lot of cool movies from the 80s that I did. Breakfast Club. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
Which I'm a big John Hughes fan anyway. I thought John Hughes was like, if it was, he was a big part of the 80s. I mean, think about all the movies he did. Fuck, 16 Candles. He did Uncle Buck, man. Uncle Buck was fucking great.
That was a damn good movie.
I loved Uncle Buck. And he did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Those good movies.
But I'm thinking, did he do Ferris Bueller? He didn't do Ferris Bueller, did he?
I don't think so.
Was that a John Hughes movie?
I always lump Say Anything in that group too, and that's not either. I don't think.
Which I am not. By the way, people get mad at me. I didn't think Ferris Bueller was as good as everybody else thinks he was.
I like Ferris.
It was
Bueller.
okay.
It was I didn't see as big of a deal as a lot of people were making about it. It was good, but it wasn't like, oh, this is the best ever. No, it wasn't that way to me.
That's the way I feel. Exactly. It was okay.
I
I
like the
enjoyed
Freshman
it.
more.
If you know, to me, there's a lot more better teenage comics or comedies and shit from back then. I mean, which I don't think Breakfast Club was. It had its comic moments. I think Breakfast Club was very good. St. Elmo's Fire. You remember that one? That's a good one. It's a good movie. 80s had a lot of good shit, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's our generation, right?
Yeah, 80s and 90s, yeah.
The 90s were kind of weird.
90s kind of rocked in some ways, though.
Yeah.
I would say through on to 94, it was still kind of bleed over from the 80s. Like, we were still wearing puffy paint and bedazzled shit and bobos and jellies. So,
Yeah.
That's
The 90s, grunge busted out in the 90s. Didn't
yeah.
last very long.
That's when gangster rap started getting its that's got its start. Yeah.
Yeah. True,
Yep.
very true.
Goth sort of stuff started going mainstream.
Yeah. The emo scene started breaking out in the later 90s. Right? Well, that was the later 90s, right? Emo scene?
No, it wasn't emo. It was
Trendy
it was
vampires came in with
goth.
Lost Boys.
No, there was goth. Goth and emo is different, brother.
Well, yeah, there was goth, emo, and scene,
Yeah.
and I
There's
think
bleed
scene,
over between, but
yeah, but I think scene was like 2003 to 2010 or something like that. I straightened my hair back in high school. I was fucking weird.
We all were, man. We were all weird. Man. We all had our fucking craziness. But I turned 13 in 1990. So my teenage years was all in the 90s. And my younger years was in the 80s. Fucking the 90s was weird, man. We had a good pop punk scene, which I hate pop punk for the most part, but there was some. Green Day's good. I like Green Day. And my ass.
What do you think? What do you think about covers, like bands nowadays, or like the pop punk, like people covering those songs, like the pop songs, but they're punk.
I think pop punk is so. I think it's an oxymoron, in my opinion.
yeah, I would say so.
I always didn't understand the name pop punk because Punk
I've
is
never even heard of that.
punk is like
until
it's like the anti-establishment, anti-everything. It's just yeah.
I was never the one genre I could never get behind that I hated stocking when I worked at the music store was fucking ska. I don't know why, but I could never do it. It just didn't. I don't know. Didn't do it for me.
The concept of pop punk makes me think of how different it was to see someone with odd the stereotypes we made in our heads anyway of what if you saw someone with like blue hair in the 90s compared to now. If you saw it in the 90s, you knew they were being really rebellious, and if you gave them a hard time about the way they look, well fuck you. That was their attitude. And now it's just like, you hurt my feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of weird.
Oh,
That's what pop punk makes me think of.
It's a good point. It's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Because we definitely, I don't give a fuck what nobody says, we definitely come from a tougher generation in this shit today.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. I know, you're just an old person talking shit. You can see it.
It had its problems, but I feel like we went full overdrive and broke the brake when we decided to like try and like it went too far.
Generation X was like, fuck, we don't care. Generation X was like, we don't give a fuck. That's what Generation X was. All these other, even the generations before us and the generations after us, like always, we got to be here. We got to do this. Generation X was like,
yeah.
Fuck it. I mean, it's what we are. We're like,
The forgotten children of the boomers.
Yeah.
Now we just get called boomers by millennials. Thanks,
I know,
millennials.
that pisses me off too when somebody calls me a fucking boomer. I'm like, dude, I was born in 77.
My parents are boomers.
Yeah, my mom is a boomer.
This is pretty much the way it went.
Old ass Kazoom's a boomer.
Yeah.
Are you? Do you qualify? You don't qualify as a
he
boomer,
doesn't qualify. He's been a couple years.
Yeah, I'm Generation X. I'm Gen X.
That'll make me feel. Don't do that.
I think you're like 2 years older than me, right? You're 46, right?
I'm 49.
40. Oh shit, you are an old fuck.
Yeah, but I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X. So
yeah. I was gonna say I thought we talked about this before and decided Red Eye was older than him.
I'm just
Red Eye's actually younger than him.
That's what pisses me off.
But not mentally, he's not.
Because like I'm 27, and I'm like, oh, are you Gen this or are you Gen that? And I went through like 2 or 3 different fucking like Facebook tests, and like, oh no, you're old as shit.
You're a millennial, right?
No, I'm old. Apparently, I'm old as shit.
You what, Razor?
He's too young to be a millennial, isn't he? Aren't you like a Zoomer or something? No, my kids are Zoomers.
95.
Let's see.
Okay.
That's millennial, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
I know that Gen X ends in like what 83.
I think we're like the cutoff for Gen X. No, 83. Is it that late?
Yeah, I think it's 82 or 83.
Millennial. Anyone born from 1980 to 1995.
Well, then it's 80.
Gen Z. Anyone born between 1996 and the early mid 2000s.
The next generation's got to be tough because they're called Alpha.
Gen Alpha?
Yeah,
no.
The generation after Z is called Alpha. They better be tough.
So yeah, you are Gen Z. In 1995 to 2012 is listed as Gen Z.
Well, he just broke into Gen Z there, right?
No, I'm gonna kick everyone's ass. I am.
And now it's funny to see millennials bitching about Gen Z because we bitched about millennials forever, and now they're like these fucking. They used to y'all shouldn't be jumping on us. Now they're jumping on them. I'm like, yeah, see, motherfucker.
See, I see a lot more promise coming out of the Zoomers and the millennials. To be honest,
there is some.
Of course, I've never
but this whole goddamn everything is. Everybody's got to be protected bullshit. No, I don't like that shit.
Participation awards.
Yeah, that comes from the millennials started that fucking shit. Because Gen X didn't do that shit. We was like, oh, you lost?
Don't
Be better
you
next
can't
time.
blame that. You can't blame them for that because did they have the power to change the rules? Who changed the rules? Who changed the rules? It was our generation. It was our generation that couldn't stand to see our kids losing, so we changed the rules and fucked them up. Don't you put all the blame on them? We raised them.
What are you
No.
doing?
We fucking raised them.
Raisin's right.
No, you shut the fuck up.
We made round edged everything. We cushioned the goddamn. Where's the wood chips for them to slide into? Why can't these little bastards get us?
I hope your goddamn kitties fall to the dirt.
I do too. So they learn how to get up and brush it off.
I was talking to Kazoon, by the way. I hope his kid.
I like the hat, by the way.
He
thanks.
looks good in that. He looks good. You got this whole Johnny Cash thing going on, Man in Black here.
He's
Right on.
very professional with the background, always looking tight, looking in the microphone.
Right on.
I got a good background.
Yeah, but you just never look as professional. But then
I'm not. I'm very. I am a fucking star on TikTok, bitch.
You have the beard. He has the voice.
He used to have a beard. He used to have a big beard too.
I did.
And he can sing. You told me that, and I went and looked, and you were right.
Have you ever heard him sing?
Yes, I just said that.
He's an amazing singer. My mom absolutely loves him.
Oh, right on.
I bet.
She does. I think you. If I'm not mistaken, didn't I get you to sing "Time in a Bottle" one time? And
Maybe.
I think I did, and it was her request actually. And yeah, he's amazing. I mean, really, he is. He is an amazing singer.
Right on.
I turn gay every time he sings. Yeah. And then when it ends, I'm still gay.
See, for me, it's Jack Daniels.
Do what?
For me, it's Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels turns you gay?
Gay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My real feelings start coming out, and they're like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, hey.
I had a friend one time tell me, he said, when you were asleep, I stuck my dick in your mouth. I said, the funny thing is, you thought I was asleep. Yeah. He's like, you think you're nutting over your ass. When, by the way, Drunken Crow gets tickled, he turns completely fucking red.
Yeah. I think Kazoom knows that. I've seen him around Daryl brick houses.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I've seen you there a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah. Shit, me and Kazoon's known each other for quite a while now.
How many years now?
Dude.
I don't know how many years.
It's been a long, it's
been a while.
Long time. Like,
Yeah.
probably around 2013.
Like when did you start the current PIMPMUNK X channel?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
20, was it 14? Is it that early?
Well, I knew you, but when you had your channel that you had before then,
yeah, the regular PIMPMUNK.
I knew you then.
Yeah,
so
you did. Yeah, I had a channel called just the PIMPMUNK, right? And then there was a whole bunch of shit, and so I just put an X on the PIMPMUNK, changed the channel. And yeah, he knew me like I didn't have like 100-something subs or some shit.
Yeah.
And then the Jacqueline thing happened, and but yeah, I've known him for a long fucking time. Actually, I learned what a bear was because of him. I did.
I need to. Man, the weed edibles are hitting me now. You just mentioned her name just a few moments ago, and she has red hair. She dyed her hair like clown red for a while. Jacqueline Glenn, yeah.
Jacqueline.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen anything from her in a while. I'm subscribed, but
she moved to Nashville, and I think her and her husband, she had a baby.
What?
You didn't know that?
As ladies do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jacqueline's got a child now. Yeah.
Oh.
A son. That's been. I think he's like a year, 2 year old now, something like that. Year old, something like that. But yeah, he's a cute little kid. She's on TikTok a lot. We haven't talked in a long time. Me and Jacqueline used to be really good friends, and we're not saying we're not friends now, because you don't have to talk to me. I'm still a friend, but we just haven't talked in a very long time. But,
Well, I guess she's still making content, but not nearly at the frequency she used to. So looks like it's about on average it looks like a video every 3 weeks or something like that.
She's very family oriented now. I think she's very family oriented, and she does a lot of TikTok stuff too. By the way, she's very. So a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers kind of like starting to because they're seeing what's happening there TikTok. And I know some people don't like it, but TikTok's taking the same road YouTube did. How YouTube, kind of developed. TikTok's doing it, and now they do 10-minute videos.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll probably be, unlimited, or whatever.
Did the ad stuff kicking yet?
Do what, baby? Oh, it's not yet quite yet. They're coming with that. That's cool. I love that. How they're going to do their. Now you have to have 100,000 followers, by the way, for this, but. They run ads along your videos like YouTube does, but you get 50% of the revenue.
Oh.
So that's that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And doing the live thing, you can actually make pretty good money. Like the other day, I made a little chunk of change. It helped me. And that's how, and honestly, I'm not going to lie, because people don't know. If you don't know the story, I took in another family, helped. It was part of my family. They're family, but took them in, took care of them, got put in a fucking hole because of this. One of the people ended up getting $30-something thousand and hightailed it out and didn't help me none. So yeah, so TikTok's actually been feeding me lately. On the daily basis, I've been making money, and like today, I made a little money on there. Not much, but a little bit, and so there's several different ways to make money. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody gets so excited about getting 10,000 followers and doing the creator fund. You're not going to make a lot from the creator fund. You're just not. You're going to make money live. You're going to make money through tips. Once you get 100,000 followers, people can tip you, straight tip you there. And stuff like that. There's different ways and I need to learn how to, because here's the thing. I'm really good at comedy. I'm not a real good businessman. I'll be honest with you. I'm good at comedy, but the business side, I need to learn how to contact business companies and say, here, I want to, you sponsor me. That's the way. I'm not good at
they have so many beard kits and the manscaping.
Exactly. And that's
why.
And I'm not good at that kind of shit.
Just reach out. I mean,
I will slap the fuck out of you.
Do it. Come on. Right here.
But
reach out and slap someone.
I just don't know. I mean, I need Raisin to do this shit.
Oh, if Raisin slaps me,
not slap you. It's not about you.
I know.
You're like John Morgan now.
Oh shit! That's an insult.
But I'm excited about it, but I do suggest like I said, I'll say it again. I'm really trying to push my friends who are content creators to do TikTok. Find your niche on there, whatever, and do it. You may not like some of the shit on there, but it's working. And there's a lot of stuff on there that like the sing. I think because then we need to get into the singing community, the music community on there. I really do.
I might check that out.
You got money right there in your throat. You got money.
Yeah, that's truth.
I mean, you are money. You just don't realize it sometimes, and you don't have. I've seen sometimes where you have. You do not have enough confidence in yourself. I feel that. You are fucking money when you sing.
Or voiceover.
And I'm
good luck.
He's got the great voiceover stuff. That's great. That's great. I think his voice is awesome. Like voiceover stuff. But I'm telling you, his singing is money.
Good.
I haven't heard him sing.
Head on your shoulders, like the whole package.
Oh, he's very smart. He's very.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you sell yourself. Like you just being you sells you.
You know, a lot of people say, how does this big fat motherfucker right here get the attention? Because I do have confidence. You know, I mean, I and you can ask Raisin. Now you met me for a little bit, but like Raisin's really hung out with me. I'm me. I'm me. I'm a loud motherfucker all the time. I'll tell you what I think if I don't like something. Raisin's seen that shit too.
Yeah.
Like if I don't like you doing, like I seen some dude do something one night during like and I went. It's doing like 7 foot tall. And
I would say, like in person though, I wouldn't call you a loud motherfucker all the time. I would say that you have a dominating presence in conversations, which is not in a negative way.
Yeah.
But like you can, like you have quiet modes. Like we were just chilling there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice drink in the morning, like just enjoying the scenery on the decks and.
Now I sometimes feel like I may be. I do have like.
You would turn it up though when like the younger folks were around. You definitely did turn it up. Like
more energy. Yeah. I don't mean to be dominant. I don't really want to be dominant in my conversation.
Okay, I didn't want to say domineering. I'm not saying dominant in a bad way, but you're not timid.
No.
So it's not like people like because when timid people are around more timid people, they just tend to be quiet and insular. But like when you're around, you invite people into a conversation. You're not timid. You know how to control a room.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the comic in me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the comic in me. You read. I think Kazuma will understand this. As an entertainer, as a comic, you learn how to read people.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm always right, of course, but I can grab a room and say, here, put people in there. It's weird how to explain it, but my mind's weird.
You can gauge the audience well.
Yeah, and my mind's weird. It's like when I'm in PIMPMUNK mode, I start doing the jokes, right? It's so weird. Like people like explain how you do it, like how you do the improv thing, because that's my main gimmick, the improv thing. It's like what I am saying, I have already pretty much forgot. It's like when I'm talking, I'm actually recording the next thing I'm going to say. It's weird. This is the best way I can explain it. It's like I'm recording what I'm saying while I'm talking. What I'm saying now, I've already let it go. So if I fuck up, whatever. But the next thing is working in my mind. I know that sounds weird.
No, that makes sense.
But that's how my mind works. So yeah. But I don't know how I got on that. But yeah, I am me. But I think Kazuma, and I met Kazuma. I think Kazuma has an issue with panic attacks stuff, and I have a depression. I take fucking Zoloft. So I mean, I'm open about that. I was a little nervous about coming out about that, by the way, a while back. But then I was like, fuck it, because people on here get pissed off at you. They'll use anything they can against you. You know that.
Yeah.
So I was like, here, fuck, I'm on Zoloft. And I this ain't about me. This is what I want to talk about. Kazuma is I think his singing and his voiceover work is awesome. But I would pay to go see him sing. I promise you that.
Wow. I would pay for him to just talk.
You want to fuck,
so
don't you?
Yeah, you do have that.
No. Just
better.
Talk, and just I can go to sleep. I don't care what you fucking say. Just say it, and I will go to bed.
If you're serious, Vegan, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about something later. But you got to give me my $40 go.
It's your obligation fee.
That's your obligation. Yeah. But I think, man, he just. The first time I heard him sing, I was shocked because I seen this guy up there ranting about shit. When I first met him, he was arguing with a lot of people at the time, and I was like, okay. And then I come across this video of him singing. I was like, oh shit. I was like, seriously, I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker's good. And
right on, man.
I definitely think you should try that on TikTok. I really do. I think that would be your niche. Because TikTok's really big on the niches.
Yeah, that's true.
They're really big on the niches. And my niche is like reaction, but one of my biggest things is animal videos. Everybody loves my me reacting to the animal videos. Because here's what I think that is. Here's why I think people like it so much. It's because I do have a passion for animals, right? I'm an animal person. Like YouTube, right? You look at my YouTube stuff, it's all like safari videos and animal videos and funny dogs. That's what I watch all the time. I love animals. That's like me taking in that kitten the other day that was stuck in a pie, and me taking in Nelson, my dog. I did find the kitten a home, by the way. And,
cool.
But they found some little small kittens in a pipe, stuck in a pipe.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
But
no, when you seen what one that happened? I'm telling you, what? This happened to me the other day, man.
There's another kitten in the pipe.
You need to quit drinking.
That's what my mom said.
Oh my.
She told me to go
Listen
back.
to your mother.
Listen, Crow. My uncle went to a convenience store the other day. They found a bunch of kittens in a pipe. They brought me one of the kittens because they know I tell you my heart for animals. I took care of the kitten and I found it at home.
It's not an uncommon thing to happen, though, kittens.
No, it's not, but he still don't understand what's going on.
I do understand.
He's telling a personal story.
Okay.
My God.
There's your pipe and there's your kitten.
Stick that kitten in a pipe and smoke it.
I hope he gets gangrene.
Have any of you do any of you use Windows 11? I don't yet. I'm still on Windows 10. But any of you use Windows 11?
I don't.
My computer started being doofy, so I upgraded it because every time I tell it no to upgrade too many times, it gets stupid on me. So I did it, and I regret it.
My computer says I can't handle Windows 11.
I haven't been able. All of my wireless earbuds won't work with Windows 11. They were all just fine. I have 3 separate pairs I've tried. None of them will work properly with this freaking laptop since Windows 11 got installed. F Windows 11, right in its stupid a-hole.
Now, some of why I was wondering was seeing whether anyone who is using it has tried using the Android emulation. It has Android emulation built into it. And the reason why I'm curious about that is if I can use the actual TikTok app, then I'd be able to use this camera and this microphone to do duets and stitches, but the way they have it set up now, the only way you can do it is on a phone.
Yeah, I know. I would love to use the camera here and my backgrounds. I would love to use that, but yeah, that would be awesome if you could do that.
No,
so it might be something that you can do through Android emulation on Windows 11, but I haven't talked to anyone who's tried it with TikTok yet. So
I do think it's coming with a website because there's a website.
Yeah. And I use that, and I upload it to it, here and there, and but I'd love for there to be more options on the website. That's for sure.
Yes, exactly. I think that may, like I said earlier, it's evolving, and it's evolving fast because, and I think it's heading in that direction with the website, man. And that would be cool. That would be cool to be able to do that because, and more YouTubers. But then again, it's its own thing, so we don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they may be just really, really trying to get everyone to use the app because they might gather more information from people when you're using the phone versus if you're on the web, they may not be able to gather as much. They may not be able to get as much money if you're on the web. Sure. So,
and they just recently added to the newest update, this editing software for your videos to the app. And it's like they're saying it's better than these video editors you could get. People are paying for on their phone.
Oh,
well, people are really so yeah. TikTok's doing its thing. There's some but see, like today, man. Here's a perfect example why I like TikTok better than YouTube. Last night I did a stream. It got flagged. They took me off my live, so I was suspended for a week. I messaged them, appealed it, and then I messaged them directly. Like, look, I want somebody. This is what I told them. when I messaged them on the report a problem. I said, I need somebody, not an algorithm. I need somebody to review my video and tell me what I did wrong. Well, they did it, and then they gave me my live streaming access back because they said I did nothing wrong. They answered me, Kazoom. They answered me. YouTube does not do that.
YouTube has a chat function. I can talk with someone at almost any time.
When?
They have when you're in the studio, you have this chat. There's a chat option right near the top. There's 3 icons near the top, and one of them's a chat thing. You go there, and you can. I mean, at least if you're in part of the partner program.
Well, I'm not a partner.
Oh, yeah. If you're in the partner program, you can just click chat just instantly.
I've never heard that ever. But they don't solve no problem though.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not that great at solving problems. No, I have used the chat a few times, and they didn't get me the information I needed right away. But
see, TikTok jumped on it quick. I mean, I'm not saying. Look, I am not saying TikTok's perfect. I'm just saying that there's things about TikTok that it helps, and and it's helping me be successful on TikTok, so I appreciate it. But there is some things that I wish would change. I wish it wasn't so sensitive about certain things, but that's the world right now.
Yeah, I mean they're doing circles around YouTube as far as popularity.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, they're kicking everybody's ass.
Yeah.
They, Facebook did a whole meeting thing about it. And that's why Facebook come out with Reels and TikTok come out with YouTube come out with Shorts, and it's not as good. Man,
YouTube Shorts, they really need to put an option to be able to seek in different parts, to rewind or whatever. Right now they just make it, nope, play or pause. That's all you can do. It's just like, come on, guys. I can't believe they did it. They made it that dumb.
Yeah, and then now they're so pissed off too that if you upload a TikTok, if you upload a video to YouTube and it's got the TikTok watermark,
yeah,
they put it in the algorithm, way back in the algorithm where you can't watch it. People don't watch it.
Mm.
They announced that. They announced that, look, don't be uploading your TikToks. It won't work. It's like, fuckers.
I honestly think that Facebook is going to be the next MySpace.
I don't know about that.
What?
Eventually.
He thinks.
Well, there's going to have to be. There's going to have to be something for people to remain in contact with people, though. Mm-hmm. Facebook has become the standard in people keeping track with their friends and such. So until there's a replacement for that, I can't see Facebook completely going the route of MySpace. If it did go the route of MySpace, it would be a MySpace that still gets used.
Yeah.
Yes.
But for years now, people have been waiting for something to come out to compete with YouTube. Well, it's here now.
Yeah.
It's here. It finally got here. And it's basically, like you said, it's running circles around everybody. All these big companies, they're afraid of TikTok. Let me tell you. They do not like TikTok. Because and the best thing that ever happened to TikTok was the COVID. That was the best thing that ever happened because TikTok was a site for kids. I hated it. It was an app for kids, and when I went to VidCon, the last time I went to VidCon, all the TikTok kids running around. I hated those little bastards. But when the pandemic happened, the adults went over there and took over, and it took a different route. Now it's a different, it's becoming a different app.
I stand by. I feel like the adults heard that Trump didn't like it, so they went over. A couple.
There's a lot of it too. That is a lot of it.
And then there was just a flood of FU Trump videos, and
I agree. There's a lot of it too.
I have people in my family that's how they ended up on TikTok to watch videos making fun of Trump.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of it.
You know what? R3D3Y3 has said a Crow is spot on. A few more scandals when it comes to Meta. Meta's a pile of shit. Crow is spot on. A few more scandals with data. They will be fucked. You know what? You could have a point there. It could just end like immediately like that. And Man, that would leave a lot of people not being able to contact each other. I tell you that.
But he's right. But yeah, it's a point. Yeah, that's a good point, though. I mean, yeah, that's Red Eye, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
fucking
right.
dumb Australian.
No, he's not a dumb Australian. He's an Australian. So
And
he's
dumb.
a dumb. No, yeah. So he's a dumb Australian.
He's dumb and ugly.
I wouldn't say ugly. I've never seen him before.
I have seen the
Australian.
motherfucker.
He looks like a rock star.
He looks like a dehydrated turd.
How dare you?
Well, the reason why I didn't guess it as being Red Eye is because I thought it was a take on R2D2, R3D3. You know.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
I think he may be doing that because he's a piece of shit, though.
He's
And also, he's Australian.
He looks like a turd with the shit stomped out of it.
Allegedly Australian, yes.
And I need somebody to do that tip before the show ends. We got 3 minutes. If I don't make it, I'm going to kill Kazoo.
Oh no.
Don't you dare.
Raisin, you
But
and I.
the next TikTok I see from you, Kazoo, better sing this goddamn.
We'll see.
I demand it!
I have to be I have to be careful with singing because that's the thing that can fry out my voice the most quickly.
No.
And so I've got to be careful with how I sing now. It's as I get older, it my voice becomes more fragile. So
I understand. What is he saying? Yeah, I'm gonna murder you. And you want to be my goddamn manager, and you ain't even did nothing I asked. Baker.
You need to do things like have Battle of the Beards with another beardy person, and
Nobody can beat me.
make up some funny quip about like a beard product that you like, and then he can send it off to them and recruit monies for you.
You're a stuttering bitch.
Meanie face.
your beard, though, it's unusual to see such a straight beard. I mean, there are waves to it, but they're like this big. The waves are this big. You know.
Well, that's just because I ain't combed it today.
I'm just saying it's rare to have that straight of a beard. Mine is like super curly. Mine is afro kind of curly.
It's because I straighten it.
Yeah, you're kind of moving out to the side.
I use a hot brush and I straighten it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oils and hot combs.
Oils and
you could be
shampoo.
selling all that stuff on TikTok.
I use beard shampoo and then I condition it and I brush it. And you notice that my beard's usually got a gleam to it because it's conditioned well.
Okay.
I take good care. I mean, it's like when somebody come up here trying to tell me about beard oils and stuff one day, Raisin knows what I'm talking about. I'm like, do you not see my beard? I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Pimp. Think I've said this before, probably not here, but Kazoom is the R-rated Landon Knoll.
R-rated Landon Knoll. What makes him R-rated? What is R-rated about?
I swear a lot.
Yes.
He uses the cussy words. Big deal.
Yes. And he's
so naughty, Kazoo.
He is naughty, though. He got sexual deviances.
What are you saying? I'll lean all the back there. I can't hear a damn thing you're saying.
I said he's a sexual deviant.
Cool. And then we've got a lot to talk about.
You shut up.
What? Just because you're
Why do women think they always got to talk?
I don't know. It is a birth defect.
It's a your disability. Fucking John Morgan said being a woman was a disability.
He taught me. It was a valuable lesson. All these years, I thought, yeah, I'm disabled.
You all right. Anyways, it's time to go, guys.
All right.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all did a very good job. I thank y'all. I think I'll chat. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you later.
Good night, everyone.